Hello, sir.
Hello, Giridhar. How are you?
Yes, sir. I'm fine. How are you, sir?
Good. How are you doing?
Yes, sir. I'm fine, sir.
So, please turn on your camera.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Fine. So, let's start the interview.
Yes, sir.
Please tell me about yourself and your current job and what are the roles and responsibilities
Okay.
in your project and what are the day-to-day activities there.
Hello, sir. Thanks for giving me this opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Giridhar Mahajan, and I'm basically from Nasik, and I'm currently working in We Value Soft Solutions Private Limited, and I'm working as a Angular developer. I live in Pune, actually. And here in VSOP Solutions, I'm working since last 2.5 years. From past 6 months, I'm working as an Angular developer. And prior to last 6 months, I was working as a UI developer, sir.
Okay, fine.
Yes, sir.
So, why are you switching the current job?
Actually, sir, I'm quite happy with my job, but I'm looking for the better opportunity in case of means where I can grow my knowledge more and more regarding the Angular framework. That's why I'm switching my job, sir.
Okay. So, on which version are you working on?
Sir, I'm working on Angular 10, sir.
So, what is the difference between Angular JS and Angular 10?
Sir, basically there are numerous differences between Angular JS and Angular. Basically, Angular is means was dependent on JavaScript, while Angular is dependent on the TypeScript, and Angular JS did not have the functionalities like lazy loading, but in case of Angular, we have the lazy loading also. While in Angular JS, it was MVC architecture was utilized, but in case of Angular, we are using service control architecture, sir.
Is Angular having MVC pattern or not?
Sir, actually, model view controller pattern we do have, but it is oriented to the service controller, sir.
So, what are the flex properties that we can use in applying the CSS?
Okay. Sir, we have align item property, justify content properties, and flex shrink, flex wrap. These are the properties, sir, of flex. These are some properties.
What is TypeScript?
Sir, basically TypeScript is a superset of JavaScript, and it is basically strictly bounded, and it has multiple features over JavaScript. That is why TypeScript is becoming more and more popular than JavaScript, sir.
What are the features in TypeScript?
Like, sir, we can create the decorators, we can create the interface, we can create the enums, singletons. These are the features of the TypeScript, sir. And one most important feature is it is actually object-oriented language, while JavaScript is a prototype-based object-oriented language. Means classes are native to the TypeScript.
Is classes available in JavaScript or no?
Yes, sir. Actually, from year 6,
Before type. Okay. Yeah.
from year 6, we are having classes in JavaScript, but these are not native to the, as we do not have classical inheritance in TypeScript. We have only prototypical based inheritance in JavaScript. Sorry, I'm trying to say about the JavaScript. Yes. So in JavaScript, it is classes are the synthetical sugar coating over the constructor functions.
Okay. So what are the custom types that we can use in TypeScript?
Custom pipes, we can. Is it custom pipes, right?
Type in TypeScript. What are the types like interface, etc.?
Okay, okay. Custom types. Uh, Custom types, like we can create the interfaces.
What is type alias?
Yes, sir. We can create the type alias also. Means and union also, sir. Union of types also.
What are the data types in JavaScript?
Basically, there are two types of data types. There means primitive and non-primitive. In case of primitive, string, number, boolean, undefined, and null. In case of non-primitive, there are function, array, and objects.
Okay. What is const keyword?
Sir, const and as well as late keyword also. Both are introduced in ES6. With the help of with the help of const keyword, we can create the block scope. Where with the help of before the ES6, we have the where keyword. So with the where keyword, we could not have created the block scope. So constant we cannot reassign as well as redeclare the const keywords with the declaration with the const keywords.
Okay. Suppose I have declared an object by using const keyword there, and I want to change the values of some keys of that object. So can I do that?
No, sir. We cannot.
Why?
Because we cannot, as it is a property of the const keyword, that we cannot reassign or nor redeclare the const values of the const keywords.
So can't I do that? So can't I change the property?
No, sir.
Like
In my opinion, we cannot do, sir. As it is, we cannot reassign the values.
Okay. Can you share your screen?
Yes, sir.
Please open any editor, Visual Studio Code or Notepad++.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So write an object there with const keyword.
Yes, sir.
Now try to change the value of fname.
Yes, sir. It is changing, sir.
So what actually do the const variable there?
Sir, I think we cannot change the this part of the variable, sir. Means the value part of the variable.
Okay.
Means if we do this, then I think this will not work. Yes, sir.
Okay, fine.
Shall I stop the screen, sir?
Okay.
Yes.
What is callback function?
Sir, callback functions are the function which can be passed as a parameter or argument within other functions, sir.
What are the benefits of callback
Basically,
function?
sir, benefits of the callback function, sir.
So why should we use or why
Okay.
should not?
Okay. Sir, many times for any function to be dependent on any other function, that time we have to use the callback function itself, because we can pass it as a parameter or argument. But when we cannot, we should avoid to use the callback function is when there is asynchronous operation is there, because it can create multiple callbacks which will lead to the callback hell. So that time only we can avoid using the callbacks, sir.
So do you know the methods call, apply, bind in JavaScript?
Yes, sir, I know, but I don't remember it now, sir.
Okay. So what is async await?
Sir, basically async await in JavaScript has been introduced in ES6, and async await is a synthetical sugar coating over the promises, and in background itself promise is being executed. Just the syntax is of async await, sir.
So what is the role of async and await there? What actually?
Sir, basically when we want to return a promise, we give the function async, and when we want to consume it, we use await keyword, and later while consuming it, try and catch method we use.
Okay, fine. So do you know the ways to copy an object?
Sorry.
By how many ways we can copy an object?
Okay. Sir, we can copy an object. Just give me a minute, sir. We can assign that particular declaration which into the object is being stored to the any other declaration where we want to copy that, and we can also copy with the help of spread operator also, and I think JSON.parse also makes the it easy to copy the objects, sir.
Okay. So can you define deep copy and shallow copy?
Yes, sir. With the help of deep copy, sir, we can copy the object with its reference also, and with the help of shallow copy, reference is not copied, it will create another reference.
Okay. So what do you mean by JSON?
Sir, JSON is a JavaScript object notation. It is a lightweight bunch of code, we can say. It is a text-oriented or text-based code, which is very much useful in storing the data into the local storages or into the server side, sir. And we have multiple methods. If we want to convert the JavaScript into the JSON, that time we use JSON.stringify. If you want to convert the data from the JSON object to the JavaScript object, that time we use the JSON.parse. If we look at the syntax of the JSON, it is very much similar to the JavaScript object also.
Okay, okay, fine. So please share your screen.
Yes, sir.
Take an array there.
Yes, sir.
And take 5 numbers as elements in there.
Yes, sir.
So now write a function which will return the highest number or largest number in that array.
Okay. Can I check, sir? Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Can I check?
Yeah, sure. Okay, no issue.
Yes, sir.
So in the chat, I have provided a URL API.
Okay.
Please copy that. And I want a response that will be shown in console by using any Ajax method.
Okay, sir. You want to say in console only, sir, right?
Yeah, only response.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Can I check?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, sir. This is the response.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
So let's move towards Angular.
Okay, sir.
So
Can
what is
I
Angular?
close sharing, sir?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yes, sir.
What is Angular?
Basically, Angular is a open source front end web development framework which is based on TypeScript, sir, which is used to build single page applications.
What are the basic building blocks of Angular?
Basic building blocks are component, modules, template, services, and decorators, sir. These are some basic building blocks of Angular, sir. Hello.
What is decorator?
Sir, decorators are particular means special kind of declaration which can be attached to the classes, methods, parameters, or properties, sir.
So what is component?
Yes. Sir, components are used to control the UI part of the layout, and it divides the layout into the multiple single pieces, multiple smaller pieces, sir.
So can you write the syntax for component decorator?
Yes, sir.
In chat only. Don't share the screen.
Okay.
You have shared the screen.
No, sir. I am chat section.
Yeah. Okay. You can share the screen also.
Okay. Can I perform it in Notepad if you want, sir?
Yeah, yeah. Use any editor there.
Okay, sir.
No, don't import. Only
Okay,
write
sir.
the syntax. Okay. No need to write the value. Only
Okay, sir.
write their main keys in that
Okay,
object.
sir. Okay. Okay.
So
Yes, sir.
for
And
style
once
sheet,
yes, sir.
which key we should write there?
Sir, I'm not able to remember that, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So write the syntax uh, like this in case of decorator, custom
Okay,
decorator.
sir.
Sorry,
Okay.
custom directive.
Custom directive. Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Please stop the screen.
Okay.
So what are the ways to communicate between the components in Angular?
Sir, there are several ways. With the help of input-output decorators, with the help of routers, means routing module, with the help of subject and behavior subject, and forgetting one thing, and services. Sir. Yes, services.
So have you worked on authentication in your project?
Yes, sir. I have worked on authentication.
Okay. So what is JWT token there?
Sir, it is JSON Web Token. It is means in common language we can say that if there is a log, there must be a key. Like if there is a username, there must be a password to access the particular thing. So in web development also, there is a vast large number of data which can be accessed through the JWT token only. Means if there is a website is there and someone wants to access that website, that time in that URL or in that API call, there must that API call must consist of a JWT token. Until and unless JWT token is not there, website or that data particular will not be accessed. Sir.
Okay. So what is the difference between promise and observable?
There are multiple differences between promises and observables. First thing is promises are eager and observables are lazy. Means when we create a promise, that time it does not wait for the promise to get consumed and promise gets executed. But in case of observable, until and unless we subscribe it, it cannot be executed. And second one is we have to unsubscribe the observable, but in case of promise, we do not have to unsubscribe it. And third one is promise emits the data only once, but in case of observable, it is a stream of data. So it can emit the data multiple times. RxJS operators we can use on observables, and on promises we cannot use the RxJS operators.
So what are the RxJS operators have you used in your project?
I have used the filter, map, this kind of operators I have used.
What is subject?
Sir, subject, with the help of subject, when we have an observable and we have to subscribe it to the many subscribers, that time we use subject, sir. With the help of subject, we can give a list. We can give a list of subscribers, and that observables will be subscribed to that many subscribers. Sir. Means that observable will be available to the all the subscribers.
So you mean the many subscribers can't subscribe to observable?
Yes, sir. With the help of subject, it is more efficiently we can subscribe the observables.
So observable can't do that.
Yes, sir, can do that, but it is easy with the help of subject, sir.
Okay. What are the types of subject there?
Types of subject.
Yeah.
No idea, sir.
Like behavior subject.
Yes, subject, behavior subject. Subject and behavior subject, sir.
Yeah, yeah. So what do you know about behavior subject?
No idea, sir. Behavior subject.
Okay, fine. What is dependency injection in Angular?
Sir, in Angular means there are multiple data available outside the Angular project. So, to available that data, that external logic into our project, we use dependency injection. In that case, we do not have to create that data into our project. We can simply inject that dependency injection into our project, and we can utilize it.
Okay.
Like many services are there. externally, we can use it as it is, sir.
What is output decorator?
Sir, with the help of output decorator, if you want to send the data from child to its parent, that time to emit that data from child to parent, we use output decorators.
What are the route guards?
Sir, route guards are yes. Sir, route guards prevent means it is just one type of access modifiers. Not we cannot say access modifier, but accessors we can say. If you want to lock any URL or until particular conditional, we want to give the access to particular URL conditionally. That time we use the route guard, sir.
What is view child? Decorator.
Sir,
View child decorator.
view child is a decorator with the help of which we can get the data from template to the component, sir.
Have you worked on Angular forms?
Yes, sir. I have worked on Angular forms also.
What is ng form and form group?
Sir, basically, ng form is a directive. It's a form directive, and it is a native part of the forms, Angular forms itself. And with the help of ng form, we can get the data from the form to the components. And form group is a group of the multiple forms. When we create a reactive form, we use the form group. In that, in a single form group, there can be multiple form controls available there.
Have you worked on HTTP interceptor?
Yes, sir.
What is
HTTP HTTP interceptors are, sir, when it is we can say it is a mediator between the our machine and the server. Whenever our API call sends to the are getting sending towards the server, that time it checks the validation or authentication of the HTTP calls, whether it may be we are sending some data or receiving some data, sir. That time HTTP interceptors come into the picture.
Okay. What is content projection?
Content projection. Sorry, sir. What?
Life cycle hooks.
Yes, sir. There are life cycle hooks means for every project, there may be many stages of its process. Like when it gets initialized, then from the initialization to the it gets destroyed. Between this, there is a multiple life cycle stages of any Angular project that is called as the life cycle hooks. And there are 8 life cycle hooks, sir. ng on changes, ng on init, ng do check, ng after content init, ng after content check, ng after view init, ng after view check, and last one is ng on destroy, sir.
So what is the role of ng on destroy?
Sir, it is come into picture just before the destroy new component is getting initializing and old component is getting destroyed. That time ng on destroy is coming to picture. That time any changes happen, that will handle by the ng on destroy, sir.
Okay, fine. What is bootstrapping in Angular?
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, bootstrapping module is the module which gives the information to the Angular about which module is need to fit or rendered into the browser first, sir. And we can give information, means by default app.module is selected in main.ts file, but we can change that according to our purpose, sir.
Very nice. What is view encapsulation?
Sir, basically, view encapsulation means it is where many times we want to make some data available to the user conditionally, and either we want to restrict the unuseful changes into any data any data, or we want to prevent that data from changing. That time we in view encapsulation is coming to the picture. That time that data will be available on read only, means that will be available for read only purpose.
Okay. So what is data binding?
Sir, data binding is the process from which we can send data from our component to the template, and template to component. Both are work into the synchronization, sir. When the data into the component changes, that time data from data from the template will also change likewise, sir, or vice versa. There are four methods for this purpose, data binding purpose. First one is string interpolation. Second one is property binding. Third one is event binding, and last one is two-way data binding, sir.
So are you aware about pipe?
Yes, sir.
So,
sir, pipes are one of the basic building block of the Angular, and it is used for a purpose that it takes the input and it gives the output as per desired values or format.
what is custom pipe?
Sir, custom pipe means we can there are multiple Angular pipes are there, but according to our use we can create the custom pipe also.
Have you ever created custom pipe in your project?
I can create.
So have you used that?
Yes, sir, I have used.
For
I have
which
used
purpose?
Sir, I have used for exponent purpose, sir. Means I wanted to multiply my one number by another numbers, or creating the cubes or squares or raised to 10, raised to 15, likewise, sir.
So what is parameterized pipe?
Sorry?
Parameterized pipe.
Parameter agrifier.
Pipe.
Parameter in pipe.
So yeah, can we use parameters with pipe?
Parameters with pipe. Sir, I'm not getting it.
Like we are using the date pipe there, and we want to show the date in different formats. So at that time,
sir, yes, sir, yes, I have used that, sir.
Okay, and also we can use for showing the numbers.
Yes,
is having 2 decimals or 1 decimal.
Yes, I have used that, sir.
What is module?
Sir, module is a bunch of logic. Means when our components, directives, pipes, services, or templates are rendered into the browser, that time Angular creates a module that is the bunch of logic, and that is into the pieces of single pieces. And according to our use, that information will be available into the module, sir.
Okay. The last question.
Yes, sir.
So what is the current or latest stable version of Angular? Do you know?
Sir, that is, in my knowledge, it is Angular 14, sir. Means Angular 15 is released in, I think, September or October. But before that, Angular 14 is a stable version, sir, in my knowledge.
Okay. And another part of the same question is, what are the new features in Angular 14?
Angular 14. No, sir.
Okay. So Giridhar, I have done from my side. And
Okay.
nice talking with you. Do you have any question for me?
No, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Have a nice day.
Thank you, sir.